If you read my article or caught my video on the read, what I spoke about in the last week was the cost of connection and how this has given birth to the loneliness economy. Let's understand this a little deeper. What we're talking about here is earlier, and probably in my generation, connections were more of a default that happened. You made friends at school, you made friends at work, you hung out in your neighborhood, and those connections developed into a sense of belonging. Today, things have changed drastically, and various factors have led to this very factor becoming something of a rarity. Connections are thinner. Belonging is today not something that's happening by default, but in fact needs to be curated. Let's look at a few points and the behavioral biases behind them that have led to this. The first thing that we're looking at is the role that digital interactions are playing um, on the quality of connections. Just imagine this. Someone asks you, how many of your school friends or college friends you're in touch with. And you rattle off a list of people. Are you really in touch with them? Or is it a shared WhatsApp group that you're on? Is it comments and likes that you make on their daily posts? Sure, you are in touch. But that connection is much thinner. What one sees here is the substitution effect. Something easier has replaced something a little bit deeper, a little bit more meaningful. The next point is the abundance of choice. Now, because of the way connections are structured today, whether it's dating apps making it easier to connect with like minded people or people you want to interact with, or professional networks which give you access to so many more people in your profession, in your industry, in allied industries. I still remember the day when you had to go in for networking events just to meet people. Today they're all available on an app at the click of a button. Now that's great, but behavioral science talks about how choice can be a little limiting. And this paradox of choice comes alive because when there is so much of choice, we hesitate. We don't always take the trouble to make that uh, decision on who we want to connect with. How deep are those connections given that the next one is just around the corner? This abundance is really not helping with belonging or connection. Next, we move to the uh, availability bias and the way algorithms are today working. Just take your socials for a minute, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Insta. Do you realize you watch a few types of videos and then your feed is just dominated by that? Well, if it's happening on social, it's happening everywhere, right? When you are talking about these apps that are connecting you to people, what's happening with those algorithms? They know the direction in which you're swiping for a particular kind of person. So, relationships and connections which were happening more by the kind of company you kept, where you met people, how you met people, are today getting dictated by algorithms. Nothing wrong with it, but you believe that this curated world is a real world. Well, in reality, it is closer to what you have chosen in the past. Uh, Now, what is happening because of all of this? Belonging today is becoming a product. You're unknowingly joining groups, membership, communities, and while they are anchored on certain like-minded interests, the reality of it is these are really selling belonging. These are really giving you an opportunity to connect with people which you're otherwise not being able to get. And the behavioral insight here is the endowment effect. Once you're part of this community or group, you believe that your identity is attached to it. And that is where you draw your, how you see yourself, what it's all about. And once again, it's not a default action. It has happened because of the lack of connection and belonging. Similarly, offline interactions are also becoming a purchasable commodity. Whether it's walking groups, whether it's community dinners, you're paying to be part of something that should have been the default. And what are we seeing here? The reason this is happening is the scarcity bias. Today, when actual real connections are not available to you easily, when you're feeling the gap between the amount of physical connection you need and what you're getting, you start missing it. And it's on the back of this scarcity that such groups are getting created. Finally, we have life transitions and what that is doing to us. As you move on, these connections, which are already not so deep because they've been formed at a superficial level, are much thinner. And as you move on, as you move between jobs, move between cities, these connections, which are already thin, are getting even weaker. And the status quo bias is pushing you from trying to develop those. You've already got abundance of choice, you've already got easier approaches, and all of this then results in these thinner connections breaking. And this status quo that you're not willing to put that extra effort is further damning this entire situation. It's not to say that humans don't need connections anymore. It's just that today's environment has made connections uh, that much more surface level. And in fact, it is this lack of connections that are being missed by humans, and therefore, an economy has almost got created around it in the form of the loneliness economy. Belonging is being sold, connections are being bought, and what earlier was a default of your normal life is today really getting curated. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Do follow me for more insights from behavioral science and things that are impacting your lives, our lives.